Now, sooner or later, first of all, what we ask you to do is start out with songs in what we call the key of C, which means all the notes will be played on the right-hand side. It's easier to start out that way. But then sooner or later, you're going to want to play songs that have sharps or flats. That's why I'm having you hold the bow slightly off center, because you want the bow to float across. So when you practice crossing over, you just want the bow to float into the strings. In the beginning, a lot of people do this. When they cross over, they get nervous and they slap it down. You can hear that. Just practice floating back and forth. Also, the way I build my psalteries, my strings are concave across here, which makes it really nice because now you don't have to hold the bow at such a sharp angle. If the strings were convex, they're going to be humped in the middle, so you have to hold the bow at a sharper angle, and then when you cross over, you have to come up and dive down. But with the strings being concave, you can actually float across and hold it as not as much as an angle. You want to hold it at a slight angle, because if you hold it too flat, you will hit the next string, and you're going to get multiple sounds going there. So you do have to hold it at a slight angle. But the flatter you can keep it, the easier it is to cross over. Okay? Now, when you get into the shorter strings, when I'm holding the bow, if you put hardly any pressure at all on the strings, which would be slightly too much, you're going to get that right there. Okay, so I actually lift the weight of the bow off the strings a little bit and just basically have the horsehair rub against those strings. You want to keep it as light as possible so you don't get into the squeals, especially on your shorter strings, the higher pitched strings. Now, sooner or later, you're going to want to play a faster jig. So now, we're not going to be doing this here. What you don't want to do on any song is this right here. Stroke the string with the bow fast, because that just sounds horrible. Okay, so you want to keep it slow and easy. Okay, but on faster jigs, now you're going to shorten it up. Okay, this is a staccato. I actually bounce off the string. Some instructors will tell you to hold it and then basically lift off. If it's easier for you, just do this right here. Staccato. That's a glissando. So we're going to put the two together for a fast jig. But first of all, on the glissando, the proper way to do that, first of all, you only go away from your body. You never come toward your body. And I'll explain why here in a second. I pull to get the sound of the vibration started. My wife pushes, okay? Now you just want to go away from your body. It's going to be like a ball bouncing down steps. My wife pushes, I pull. Okay? Here's what most people do in the beginning when they try this. Well, there's no sound. You have to get the bow stroke started to get the vibration and the sound started, and just go away. The reason you can't come toward your body is because you will come up and you'll hit the peg above you. So you're really just bouncing off the pegs. You don't lift, you just let it glide down. Okay? So on a faster jig, instead of that long, slow stroke rate, okay, so I used a combination of staccato with a glissando. So anytime you have a song with a progression of notes going away from the body, you could use the glissando. You can also use this glissando on slow songs too. I'm sure you know how Amazing Grace sounds. Normally in the beginning we don't play the D, but I'm going to play it using a glissando, but I'm going to play it a lot slower. See what I did right there? I just rolled right through the D. So I'll start over. So if you want to add those notes with a glissando, you could add extra notes that way. The very first song we ever learned to play was The Parting Glass. It started out, it's an Irish lullaby, it started out this way. So there again, the first three notes. Now we just roll through it with a glissando. So anytime you have a progression of notes going away from each other, don't be afraid to use that glissando. It just gives you a smoother feel, a smoother look as you're playing. As far as holding the bow psaltery, there's no right or wrong way. And my wife holds it down here. I've seen people hold it here. I hold it down slightly and at an angle, like I said, because it's easier for me to reach these longer pegs. There's no right or wrong way, whatever's comfortable for you, but the main thing is this bow, holding it slightly off center to get it to float, so when you cross over, okay, you want it to float across. Other than that, that's it on the basics of how to play a bow psaltery. Next up, we'll go to my wrap psaltery and show you a few techniques on that one.